What's up, YouTubies? MJ coming back at you here. MJ's Natural Farm to Recovery. Cup of tea on the go. Today we got a special guest. I'm super excited, more than honored to have Chris here. What's up? What's up, Chris?
I'm not too much, just here.
Happy to be here. Sorry for any notifications might come in during this. Hopefully they don't come in while he's chit chatting. But I will just give it a second here, see if a couple of hands come in. So it's been a long road for you. We haven't had you up here really talking about your recovery or your cancer or nothing for at least what, 4 years?
I'd say about 4
It's been
years.
about 4 years. I think we were up here just after New Year's. Was the last time 4 years ago is when you were here.
That's a long
And
time.
today is a very special date.
Yeah, it's a good 7 years now.
So 7 years from today,
I was supposed to be dead.
you were supposed to be dead.
Yes.
Wow.
Essentially is what the doctors were saying. They had no idea why.
So 7 years ago, I don't know if anyone's seen the other video before, but I have a video uploaded. I interviewed Chris before. Chris is a stage 4 brain cancer survivor. He's gone through some different kind of treatments and stuff through doctors. They told him none of it was going to work, and basically sent him home with, how long did they say he had to live?
Oh, they had no idea. They just said the longer I stay alive, the better my chances were to keep living.
So to keep pushing forward, and so they basically didn't give him a answer how long he had to live, but they basically told him they couldn't do nothing else for him. So how big was the cancer when they sent you home?
About the size of a golf ball. No, it was the size of a golf ball when they removed it, and there was only about 5% of it, which is about a couple centimeters thick, in the crater where they removed the tumor from the stroke.
So it was a golf ball size that they had removed. So they cut up
Just about, yeah.
Cut up your skull and cut it out.
Yeah. And then they went and removed it, and then I went through chemotherapy and radiation and experimental dosages because, well, I was probably going to die anyway, so signed a waiver and away we went.
Cheers, everybody. Welcome in. Vermonster Grows, 420 Wild Dragon 420. It was in here earlier. Perpetual Platypus is up in the house. We got Mud SWAT in the house. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming and supporting Chris. Once I'm finished here, I asked him a couple of questions. If anybody even wants to come up or got any questions in the chat you want to ask Chris, feel free. So in the beginning, you had quite a bit of recovery. So what happened to your arm? They cut open your head, but what happened to lose, because you don't have full use of your arm, right?
No, my arm and my leg were a result of my stroke. My left side was completely numb. I had no motor function for the first week or two, almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
But you look fantastic.
Been a long time coming.
Like you got weight gained on your face, you look healthy, you look stronger. And man, so what did you do? What exactly did you take on the regular to keep yourself healthy? And first of all and foremost, when did they notice the cancer was fully gone?
They don't know if it actually was fully gone. After I got released from hospital, I was scheduled for a MRI every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
Just to monitor it. After 3 months, then they switched up to every month. And then after that, I went to 3 months, then I went to 6 months, and then I was like, is this really a point to doing this? And they're like, no, it really isn't.
Because you were going back and they weren't finding anything?
No, what was happening is after the first 3 months, I was doing a garlic steep tea, and the remaining 5% that was inoperable, and there was 2 other spots that were starting to develop in my brain that they presumed was the cancer spreading. And 3 months after getting released from the hospital, those extra spots disappeared and the 5% that was inoperable shrank. and they had absolutely no idea how to explain it.
So when they were sending you home, they were under understanding that it was spreading.
Yeah, they were basically just. I was an experiment. They were keeping tabs on me, see how long I was going to survive, see how things were going to affect me, affect my health, stuff like that. They were just watching me and waiting for everything just to go downhill.
And you didn't want to be an experiment anymore?
Well, no, they did everything they could. Once their experiments were done, they're like, well, there's no changes and there's nothing more we can do for you. We just have to sit and watch and wait for the inevitable, is what they had in mind.
So you took steep tea, but you also take something else. These things you're making in the little bottles.
I've refined my steep tea because making a steep tea every morning, every night became quite tedious and annoying.
Because you'd have to cook the garlic for what, 8 hours?
Well, no, it only took about 2 hours to do because I was steeping 2 cups of water with like 4 or 5 cloves of garlic in it and steep it on a low temperature. So it took a while for it to steep down to 1 cup. And then I would drink it with honey. And I would have a cinnamon stick in there steeping while it was doing its thing, just to kind of make the garlic a lot easier to more palatable.
So I'm assuming you keep the low temperature, same as cannabis and edibles. I guess you would keep it at the low temperature so it doesn't cook out all that.
Yeah, because the garlic, it has a sulfur compound called allicin, I believe it is. And when you heat it up, it breaks down into multiple different plant compounds that give you your antibiotics, your anti-cancer, your anti-inflammatories. Normally, garlic on its own is a great antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. But when you heat it up, it breaks down into a whole bunch of other superhero.
Garlic is almost like the cure-all.
Well, the Egyptians actually referred to it as the cure-all. Romans thought it was a performance enhancing drug because it would help boost your immune system, it helped boost your circulation, everything like that.
So what do you do? What do you put in those little bottles?
A tincture concoction that I make, that's an extract. I use 10 bulbs of garlic in a quart sealer and Everclear. Over the course of 6 weeks.
10 bulbs of garlic. 10 bulbs. Now that's not the little cloves.
Not the cloves, it's
the whole bulb. So 10 of those
into a quart sealer, and I chop them up as fine.
So what's a quart sealer?
It's about a liter.
But what is a quart sealer?
Jar.
The jar. So just like a mason jar.
Just a mason jar, yeah.
So you fill up the mason jar with
10 bulbs of
garlic and booze.
Yeah, basically, and then you gotta shake it twice a day.
Garlic and booze.
Well, the reason behind the garlic and the booze is because the Everclear, it has a high dissolving component to it. So
Everclear.
Yeah, so it dissolves the garlic, the allicin in the garlic, making it readily available for your body to absorb immediately.
And allicin, you say allicin is the chemical in garlic.
It's the organic compound, yes.
And that's what we smell.
That is exactly it. And the reason that I say steep it, and then my tinctures, I recommend a hot beverage like tea or coffee or soup. Some of my customers do soups to administer it that way, because if you heat it up too high, it just becomes garlic flavoring. You medicinal compounds.
So you take all these bulbs, you put them down in the mason jar, you fill it up with booze, you cap it off, and soak it.
6 weeks.
6 weeks is sitting there.
Shake once in the morning.
Shake once in the morning.
Shake in the evening.
Shake in the evening.
Vigorous shaking.
So it's kind of like a shake in the morning.
You just gotta.
Every morning you gotta take this and you gotta shake it.
Yep. I give it a good.
But in the nighttime we don't shake this one.
No, you do.
But the garlic, you do.
Yeah, the garlic every morning, every night you gotta shake it. Yes, because the movement and the back and forth will actually help the garlic become more saturated with the alcohol, pulling it out.
Nice. Isn't that amazing? So it's finished. It's sat in there for 6-8 weeks.
6 weeks, I would strain it, and then I would put another 10 bulbs.
So when you say strain it, do you like stick it in like a cheesecloth or something and strain it through a cheesecloth, or just like pour it through like a steel strainer?
I got a steel strainer to make it easier for myself, and then I've got a coffee press is what I use. I scoop it out in there and I press it down and I drain out as much as I can. Then after that, you can cook with that or whatever you want to do, because once you add it to heat, the alcohol does dissolve,
So. I had it in the fridge. Why do I have to have it in the fridge?
It helps it last a lot longer because it is organic, and it, even though alcohol is a preserving agent, it still degrades over time. And the
So
neutral probably
after
not.
it's sitting in there for the 6 week, he strains it all out. I remember you gotta shake it once in the morning and once in the night. Not just in the morning. You gotta do it in the nighttime too on this one.
Yeah.
So
And then after that 6 weeks, you strain it, you put it all back in the jar with another 10 bulbs of garlic. So at the end of the 6 week course, you put another 10 bulbs in there, and then it starts another 6 week course.
wow. So this is the I use it myself. I use the garlic. And
It's like 20 bulbs of
this one's a strong one that he did. And if you take a look at it here, and I can smell that from here like crazy. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I recommend 5 drops 3 times a day for beginners, but
5. I take 6.
yeah, and I've actually got other customers that take a whole dropper full, but they also have underlying health conditions. Like the one customer has cancer in her abdomen area.
So you've already helped numerous of people with this.
Yes, there's been quite a few different people that I've helped with that.
This is amazing. It is though. Like
Definitely.
seriously, this is. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. We're not doctors. Chris is not a doctor. We can't give you any medical information, but we can tell you that he uses this stuff, and it does absolutely amazing for more than just shrinking tumors and keeping away viruses and other stuff. It does a lot of other things.
Actually, it's funny because it's even kid safe with the Everclear, because when you put it in a hot beverage, the alcohol evaporates almost instantly. When you
And
put it
that's
in there, you
boom, it
smell
kicks
it.
in. So I got a nice bowl of nice turkey soup here. I just finished cooking on the stove, and it's nice and hot. I just finished pouring it in the bowl, put my drips in. The alcohol evaporates off.
Yeah, and you can actually smell the alcohol as it evaporates out, and then it's gone.
And this was the
Just
main
garlic.
part of your recovery, this stuff here.
Yeah, I refined that after the cancer had shrank. It was more so a maintenance for myself. I shrank my cancer to, I want to say that I cured it, but I can't medically say that because I'm way
So
above my.
how would you say this the last 4 years? Your mental wise, how have you been mentally? Like for me, what I've seen you just been getting.
I've been getting better. There's the odd times where the brain damage, trauma, whatnot. There's an emotional roller coaster. Some days are good, some days are bad. But
And is there anything that goes on that happens all the time because of your surgery that you got to deal with every day, or besides just your
besides
arm?
the arm and the leg, yeah, no, I've pretty much recovered as pretty good. As like, I mean, my leg, it's got the muscles are really tight, so if I stand the right way.
So this guy has trouble walking around. He's
Yeah,
and-
if I
and-
push my weight on my big toe side of things, my whole leg will start having a seizure and it'll start jumping and
I
throwing
went
me off my balance.
I went with him yesterday. We picked up some soil, and those big, huge cubes. I got a job to lift myself, put them up on the shoulder, and bring them upstairs. I brought them up for him yesterday because what are you doing with the soil?
I'm growing microgreens with it.
And you started a business?
Yeah, I grow microgreens and I make my medicinal tinctures to help other people because they're phenomenal for you. Like even my broccoli microgreens were a combination between the tincture and the broccoli microgreens that helped the one patient or lady customer that I had with fibroids and the ovarian cancer. Like she went in for a scan just because they were contemplating removing lady bits because they I figured it was cancer, but last I heard, her scans came back. They were shocked. The spots that were showing up had almost disappeared, and then the bigger one that had them concerned had shrank considerably, and now she is just under watch now.
Now I know a gentleman across the street here. He's going through chemo now, and he's not allowed to take this because it'll interfere and take away his treatments.
Yeah, because garlic, binds to things that aren't supposed to be in the body. We're talking metals like iron, like if you're using silverware or Teflon, cooking equipment, even aluminum cooking equipment, whatever like that, you're actually ingesting parts of that because it's peeling off when you're mixing, you're stirring, or whatever. You're scraping off particles out of whatever it is that you're cooking in, and you're eating it, which causes your body can't digest it, so it stores in your fatty tissues and your soft tissue organs like your kidneys, your brain, your liver.
So taking this Allison, these drops regular every day on the regular,
Yeah.
you can
You can actually detox just about any impurities.
so it goes around in your body, it sticks to your fat cells.
No, not the fat cells. It sticks to the metal and the calcium that's not supposed to be in your body. Like if you're
So it sticks to the metal and the calcium. So what does it do? Is it break these things down and you pee them out?
no, it binds to them and it helps your body identify them and helps them flush them out.
Which would
So
you
basically-
pee or
Yeah, you just waste. Generally, it goes out through your urine.
and maybe your pores, sweat.
No, actually, I've been taking it religiously, and since I switched from the teas to this, I don't even smell. I've been doing like 15, 30 drops a day, and
Man, the medicine's in the food.
nobody's ever mentioned to me or asked me why I smell like garlic. I've never.
I don't get smells of garlic off you.
No, because it's readily available for your body to utilize right away.
But I also drink it every day. As you can tell, it's getting down there now, right?
Yeah.
And
So that's the best part about the garlic and the Everclear, because the Everclear literally dissolves it. So your body is just absorbing it. There's no digesting, there's no wait time for it to go through your system. It just, as soon as it goes into your system, it's absorbed. And it's
big shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. We got Mud Swat. What's on the go, Masshole Grower? It keeps vampires and everything away.
Yeah. Actually, the funny thing is about that, when I was doing my teas, my little brother used to eat lots of sweets, and we were sitting on the deck, and he was just swarmed with mosquitoes. I had one mosquito, you could see it fly away from him. It landed on my arm, it bit me, and then immediately just took off. I also had another instance where I had a tick on my arm, on this arm, where I couldn't, like on my right arm, which, I mean, like my left hand, I couldn't do anything about the tick. I was trying to scrape it off, and I couldn't get it off, and then it bit my arm, and like 10 seconds later, it was gone. I didn't even notice.
So you got to stop, drop, and roll, or?
No, it just, the tick I didn't even know that it left. It just gone.
Man, I'm so glad you're here. So what else did you take besides, like, what other things do you take natural to healthy to keep yourself intact? Is there anything you take on the regular daily or anything?
Not really. I used to drink a lot of tea, but because it got tedious and.
Now this pine tree, out in front of this pine tree, right? Out in front of my house. What did you say about that pine tree?
The pine needles are actually a phenomenal medicinal resource as well. They actually used it in older. I can't remember which ones. I think it was the Native Americans, but I might be wrong. But they would take the dried up, like the orangey brownie needles that fall off the pine tree.
Yeah.
They would clean them off and they would steep those in to make a tea, and it's got phenomenal benefits for your health. Like it boosts your immune system, it helps detox. It's
I think it's so awesome, man. I don't know who that is. If anybody got any questions for Chris, you can ask him now. Big shout out. We want to give a shout out to Team B Naturals. We're going to be launching off a giveaway here in just a little bit. We're going to be doing the giveaway on the 20th of April. So on this video, once it uploads, you're going to be picking a number from 1 to 420. And try not to pick the same number in as anyone else, because if you do and they already put it in before you, that's the person that will be winning the prize. Now we're going to be giving away some Team B Naturals. Big shout out to Team B for sending us some giveaways for you guys. for the awesome 420 month. Oh, and TB actually sent me a little surprise for you, Chris. We won't be sending you home empty-handed. Actually, it's funny you're wearing that jacket. What do we got here? Here we go. Nice hat from TB for you.
Very nice. It's been so long since I've had a hat.
There you go. Nice.
Maybe it fits. Look at that.
Well, it's fitted on the back anyways. And I'm gonna hook you up with a set of clippers here. You can have your choice. We got the curved and the straight. I don't know what you prefer.
Probably the curved.
Here's the curved blades from the TB. Thanks, Buzz. Right there for you. I'm gonna send you home with this High Times magazine as well. And we're gonna be giving it a High Times magazine in the giveaway as well. We're gonna get into us in the giveaway here in just a few minutes after I'm finished giving Chris his little gift here. I'm gonna give you a couple of slaps, give you a CO2 sticker, so you can feel kelptastic with your other sticker. And then we got a nice TB sticker here. And we're gonna send him home with a magnet to put on his fridge. I'm gonna put that there with your magazine. I also went out and picked you up a little surprise myself, as I did for everybody in the chat. They're added to the giveaway.
There you go. All right.
But, here you go,
Oh, thank you.
piece of glass.
Be a nice little collectible.
There you go.
Nice.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Give you a little show off to everybody there.
Sure.
Give him a little a nice pipe. Now, what's going to be in the giveaway? I'll put that there. I'm going to wrap it up real nice for you before you go, and put the tape on it for you. Now, what we're going to do in the giveaway, we're going to give away a couple of pairs of scissors from clippers from T&B. So we got the curved set and the straight set. We're going to be tossing in a CO2 bomb bottle. And we're going to be tossing in a T&B pH up and down. And the new product that I'm so excited about, Kelptastic, guys. This stuff is awesome. This is good for your cannabis, your tomatoes, your potatoes, your cucumber, your flowers, your worm casting tea. You can mix it in with your soil. It's good for it all. You can't overdose. Kelp is like the filter of the sea. It collects all the poops and all the good stuff that's in the sea that we want in our plants. It helps the microbes. It helps your plants uptake the nutrients for better absorption. We'll be adding that to the giveaway. And we'll be adding this High Times magazine. Lots of slaps. I'm going to set in one of these. You smoke today? Thank a grower. And he's wearing the T&B hat there, that farmer is. Kind of like myself. Thanks, T&B. You guys rock. Awesome products. Awesome service. Some stickers. We're going to be tossing in a magnet. Some Kelptastic stickers. T&B stickers. We'll be putting the rules to the giveaway in the description of this video after it's uploaded. Will be the rules to the giveaway. And I went out and picked up a little surprise. And we're going to add this to the giveaway. It's kind of like the pipe that Chris got there. Oh yeah! Shiny. And it kind of changes colors kind of when you move it around or whichever way the light hits it. At some points it looks perfect, like all gold. Nice little breather on the side. Yes, it's glass. It says it's blown glass. It's from Ontario, but it was definitely made in China, guaranteed. Guaranteed. No, imported St. John Suite, Toronto, Ontario. Made in China. made in China. But it's still a really nice pipe. It's nice and thick. It's a nice thick blown glass, it says on the box. And that'll be added to the giveaway. I'm going to tell you guys the rules now, but the rules will also be in the description. You're going to have to pick a number from 1 to 420. And don't pick the same number as anybody else. No other rules. We'll be doing the giveaway live at 420. With lots more giveaways besides in that live. Yeah, not in this one, Masso. Once the video uploads, put it in the comments of this video after it uploads. We all know the number that Masshole's picking. That's hilarious. That's a good number. Anybody want to come up and ask Chris some questions? You can. I'm going to no. I'm going to put the link in the chat. The dogs love Chris. Go on, Luca. Ruby, come on. Come on. Go on out. They're just jealous because they don't have T&B hats. That's what's wrong. So wants to come up and ask Chris some questions, they can. I'm going to ask Chris a quick question now. Anyone that's going through recovery, in any recovery, what's the number one thing that helps you get through it all?
Being stubborn.
Being stubborn.
Somebody tells you that you can't do something, they'll go back themselves.
You notice how he just said that? He said that Chris is very reserved, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, you can't let somebody tell you that you can't. Because the doctors told me that I was never going to walk again. They told me that I was never going to get out of the wheelchair. That I was never going to be able to live on my own or do anything on my own.
And here you are doing everything on your own. He drags them cubes up over the stairs. Now, I brought him up for him last night, but how is he do that?
Well, with my body being a condition it is, I would roll it up the stairs one step at a time. It would take a considerable amount of time, but you know, nobody else to help around, so that's what I had to do.
Get out. Ruby, get out. Go on. Go. No, I want you to get out. No, come here. Ruby, come on. Go. Get out. Go. Go on. Get. Go. Go lay down. Sorry. Chris got dogs. So they know he's a dog person.
They can smell my
Yeti, welcome up. Thanks for coming in, bro. Cheers. So you go and get the CAT scans now?
No.
So when did they stop doing that?
I don't even remember. It was a long time ago, probably a year, 2 years ago now.
2 years now?
And then I
So
was
they stopped
having-
doing it a couple of years after the interview that we had before.
Yeah.
And is there a reason for that?
Well, it's because I asked them because the dye that I was being injected with would leave me feeling nauseous, sick for like a week afterwards while it was leaving my system. So I just got tired of it. The scans were the same for the whole 2 or 3 years. So I asked them, "Is there really a point to this?" And they're like, "No, we're just waiting and watching to see if something happens." So then I asked him if I could stop because it was making me feel sick. It was just not a good feeling.
And how do you feel today?
Pretty good.
And you're looking great. I
So
go visit Chris on the regular. His shop that he does his microgreens are just around the corner from here. I'm growing things too. I'm into a few different things. I'm getting into a few different things than Chris is getting into. But I just had my son here too, just before the interview here, and all his toys are still going here. It's kind of funny. But yeah, it's nice to be able to visit Chris. He's a huge inspiration for me. I don't know if he knows it, but he probably knows it now. But
yeah.
he definitely there's times that I don't feel like keeping going, whether it's in school or just in life in general. And Chris is always down there. He always shows up. Bad days, good days, he's down there. So it rubs off on you. You stick around people that keep pushing and doing things like that, and it rubs off on you. And Chris has definitely rubbed off on me. So I'm really glad for you coming in here today and chatting with us all. And I think you're an inspiration to many. And I think a lot can be learned from Chris in our eating, our health habits, sugars we eat, the processed foods that we eat, doctors wanting to use us for test lab rats, whatever you want to call it, experiments. I got a friend of mine that had no issues. He felt as healthy as I do, felt great, went in and got some regular tests and stuff done, and they did a blood test and they found something, they said, and he went and took his kidney. I would have got a second opinion myself. But you just don't know. They're so quick. And also, I know someone else that has been misdiagnosed and had breast taken and didn't have cancer at all. And they tore her body apart and killed her, basically.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful.
Yeah, definitely. Because I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, my grandfather was misdiagnosed. They said that he had cancer, so they gave him a whole bunch of cancer tests, or not testing for cancers, but cancer treatments. And then they found out that he didn't have cancer, but then later developed cancer because of the treatments. So that was
Wow.
brutal.
It's just so many different people have been put in front of me that have been either misdiagnosed or used as an experiment, or that's why I'm gone natural.
Natural.
That's why I want organic wheat. That's why I'm buying organic foods. That's why I'm eating less food so I can eat more organic foods. I would soon, all my canned food is gone. I don't deal in any canned
No,
food.
canned foods is highly processed, and then how much of that metal is being
It's in the
dissolved in your
can.
can. So you're like that's what Alzheimer's is. It's basically aluminum built up in your brain, causing your brain's electrical systems to short circuit.
Right? Like,
And then like kidney stones is your calcium supplements, stuff like that, that you're not supposed to have in your system because your body can't use calcium. It's got to use silica to actually make its own.
and I said before and I'll say it again, the trust is in the can that you can yourself. You got to do everything yourself. We got to stop being lazy. We got to stop relying on other people to make our stuff, because it's never done right unless we make it ourselves. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
you never
then
know what's going into it either.
you
Right?
don't know who's bought the company out and then dipping out on this and cutting corners to save money and making the food unhealthy,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's just like your cereal with the added iron, and then your cereal starts sticking to a magnet. It's not good for you.
No, no. So, well, we're gonna close this off now, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming up here. I don't see if anybody had any questions. I'm gonna have a quick peek. Platypussy said, I nursed my best friend through breast cancer from diagnosis and death. She only lasted a year. That's so sad, Platypussy.
Yeah, I firmly believe nothing is incurable. Like, you
And
know,
I think the medicine is in our food. The food that we eat is medicine. Like,
well, our bodies are designed naturally to be able to take care of itself. You feed your system properly, it helps boost your immune system. It does what it's supposed to do.
exactly.
But you're taking all these pharmaceutical medications, which are forcing reactions, forcing your body to do this, forcing to do that, while leaching other parts of your system. Which means, well, it's like, well, Advil, now your kidneys are failing. Oh, you got Tylenol, now you've got
Stomach
ulcers in your
issues
stomach.
and everything else. Yeah,
Like medicine should not come with a warning label.
exactly.
I mean, like garlic, you have too much of that, you're probably gonna dehydrate yourself just because it's gonna
Well, if
stimulate your
I
system.
overdose, like if I feel like I'm getting sick, I'll go to hell with it a little bit, and I'll do a 10 drop in the morning and a 10 drop in the evening.
Yeah, well, that's actually what you should be doing. It's just meant for a small super boost to your immune system. Because I mean, I do that if I feel a tickle in my throat or I start feeling a cold or a flu coming on. I triple my dose for 2 days
Yeah.
and it's gone.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happens. The tickle is gone. But I did overdose on it a couple times. I get a little bit nauseous, but everyone is different. It's going to affect everybody differently.
And
But
it is kid
as
friendly too, right?
it's
You can
it's
help your kids.
oh my both my son and his mom had COVID. They both got diagnosed. 3 days later, after taking this, they were better. No symptoms, no sniffles, no nothing. Both of them were better. He was eating it on his pizza because he wouldn't take it. He didn't eat nothing else. So we would cook the pizza, take it out hot, and then drip it on the hot sizzling pizza. And he would chew it up and dig into it. And both of them were better in 3 days. Like the stuff is definitely awesome. If you're interested in getting a hold of any of this stuff and you don't want to make it yourself, all Chris's info is in the description of this video, his Facebook. If you're interested in supporting Chris, his PayPal is in there. And another way you can support Chris is by just going into his Facebook and following his group. Support don't always come in a way of money or buying things. You can just go in and say hello. I think there's a.
I mean, I've got a lot of information on microgreens and stuff like that that might interest people because, like I said, broccoli and the garlic tinctures, combination of both of them have phenomenal anti-cancer properties.
And this is the broccoli sprout you're doing, right?
Yeah, the broccoli head, like the fully grown broccoli, it doesn't have the plant compounds that create the sulforaphane. They do have a bunch of other stuff like vitamin K.
So what's sulforaphane?
It is actually, I found recently a few studies on sulforaphane as a safe, non-toxic alternative to chemotherapy.
Now.
But it is a result of two compounds in the broccoli sprouts. But when you're chewing them, they crush together and they just transmutate, whatever you want to call it, into sulforaphane, which is the burning sensation in your mouth.
Yes,
And
and I like that. I like it,
well, it adds a little zing to your
especially on a
broccoli.
salad or in a sandwich. Oh, it's so good.
And the best part is there's multiple different types of this sulforaphane because there's different plants have different plant compounds that are similar because they're all in the same plant family. But like radish greens are even better, I find personally, because I love the radish. Broccoli is, you know, second on the list, and arugula comes after that. They're all high concentrations.
So out of those, do they all pretty well grow quickly the same, or is like one
yeah,
thing?
essentially.
They all take like 7-10 days
Yeah, I grow them about 10 days. That way they're
from start to finish.
Yeah,
And you're eating
at least
antioxidant food.
yeah, all the time. I eat them while I'm sitting at work all the
It's
time.
so refreshing. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It's so refreshing. If you put them in your juice them up or put them in your smoothies, adds a really nice flavor. Really nice flavor. Hi, Miss Peaches 79 Planet Pussy says she really appreciates you coming here and talking to us, Chris.
Thank you.
And I super appreciate it too. And I'm always going in and chatting to Chris I'll stop in for 5-10 minutes, then I'll turn into an hour because we'll be there chatting about all kinds of different health foods or something new that's in there, and like honey alone. Like if you got a cut on your hand and you feel like it's getting sore or infected, you take a bit of raw natural honey and put on there, and it just cleans it right up.
You can actually read articles that the antibiotics content of raw honey can help with acne as well.
Yes.
And a few other different skin conditions. Like it's
and eggs too. For cleaning your nose, you take the egg white and you take some tissue paper and you push the egg white onto the tissue paper so it sticks to your nose. Then you put a second layer of tissue paper with the egg white and let it dry right in till it's all tight stuff and pull it off, and it cleans everything out of there like easy. Radish, yes. Radish is so good.
yes.
And it's good for the liver, right?
Yeah.
It helps rebuild the liver.
Yeah, the radish, broccoli, and arugula actually help detox environmental chemicals out of your blood system. They flush your liver and basically give your liver a boost for flushing your blood.
I was reading a lot about arugula too. That's another superfood that you should be eating every single day, a little bit of it, anyways. Because it does. I was reading it helps us. It helps with cancer too.
Yeah, there's a sulforaphane content that broccoli, radish, and arugula all have.
Yeah.
And because there are 3 different types of plants or whatever,
it tastes so good. Arugula is just so strong too.
Being a part of the mustard family, it's got a very pungent flavor.
Another big shout out to Team B Naturals, guys. Get your video or get your numbers in on this video after it uploads in the comments. I'll be putting the rules in, and we'll be doing the giveaway on 4/20, the 20th of April, and we'll be doing other giveaways too. I got more pipes, kind of like the one Chris got here, but different colors. That'll be given away that day during the live. And
Mudwater's got a point. The only thing that Mother Nature doesn't have the cure-all for everything is what we're actually doing to ourselves. Yeah, I firmly believe that cancer was man-made.
No doubt, especially in sugar, man.
Well, sugar, your like what were they spraying farmer crops with in fields and stuff? DDT. It was causing cancer in animals, cancer in people, just from being in contact with it. They've gotten away from all that, but they're still spraying aluminum in the air. They're still using pesticides. They're still like dandelions are another amazing anti-cancer.
And they're fully edible, the whole thing,
the whole
the
plant,
root,
yeah.
the leaves.
But we're trained to believe that they're weeds and we have to spray them with chemicals.
You can make coffee out of dandelions.
Mm-hmm. Wine, and it's all medicinal.
Yeah, the pipes will be fun. I'll be picking up another few things along the way between now and the 20th to add to the giveaways for the 20th.
Oh, mine's good enough to see that far, but
What we eat and what we work with. LE Cleaners,
i.e., for
Oh.
example,
IE Cleaners, and point for sure increase our exposure to cancers. Increases. I like the pipes too. Must win. I must win too. Well, there's going to be 1, 2, 3 pipes because there's a pipe in this giveaway, and then I got 2 more. I'm going to show them off. Here's the other one I got. And there ain't going to be no product, so I don't care where you are. I'm sending it. It's just going to be pipes and Team B Naturals in the package. I'm gonna show it. There's a couple of surprises in here too, but I'm gonna show them. There's the other one, and you can choose any color you want. If you like one of these colors better, you can definitely pick another color. You can. We want you leaving happy. When I first I thought they were bangers. They were banger pipes. So I thought you could heat them up and then do a dab. And then we got some little revolver busters. So we got this little buster. And I got a nice little spot down here for your Keef. And is the time of day, do you find you're always getting tired this time of day, Chris?
yeah, my energy still isn't the greatest, but I can power through most of the day. But mid-evening, I'm ready for bed.
So one of these are also going in the big Team B giveaway. I just forgot about it.
You know, I can even throw a tincture in there because I'm bottling on the 15th if somebody wants to try.
Oh, and we're going to be tossing in a bottle of tincture on the main giveaway for the Team B Naturals because Chris got a new batch coming off on the 15th, so it'll be ready for the 20th giveaway. That's awesome.
Just be warned, they are potent. And don't just put it under your tongue.
Yeah, make sure you put them in your soup. And I'm not joking. It adds the flavor. It adds the flavor. So just for an example, you have some ramen noodles. You get them all boiled up and hot. You just took the cover off and the steam is coming up on them. You put in 4 or 5 drips of that and it adds a nice garlic taste to the soup. So not only are you getting a nice taste if you like garlic in your soup, but you're getting your medicine and a nice bowl of soup all in one.
Yeah.
I want to try CBD oil. CBD oil is another good one. Did you try any of that, Chris?
No, I couldn't get my hands on any of that.
At the time?
No.
The hat looks good on you, but I like the Team B Naturals hats. They got a lot of different hats. They got hats like this too with the white lettering on it. I really like this one with the black. I love this hat.
It's a nice hat.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had a hat on though, so it's gonna take some getting used to.
I finally got my hands on a banner for the grow room. I've been after one of these banners for 4 years now. I finally got one. Whoa. So it paid off. We got a nice little package giveaway from Team B. I added some awesome things. I'm also going to pick up a special surprise for the live on the 20th. Yeah, I love garlic too. And any pests, parasites or anything that in your stomach like this, you eat a raw garlic bulb or two or a clove or two and it's gone.
Dissolve
Yes.
intestinal worms.
Yeah.
It's pretty well-rounded super herb.
I used garlic on aphids. Is it aphids that goes in the dirt and up through the plant, the little white ones?
Well, the aphids with the little green Little
Flies.
flies, yeah.
Yeah, not aphids. Then the other ones, little. What are those?
They almost look like maggots.
Yeah,
Little worms. I'm not sure.
I
what they
forget.
would be. So the other worms that come to mind are those fuzzy.
Huge shout out to Team B. Yes, the boys are awesome, and this product. I was looking at it and doing a bit of research on this this year on this Kelptastic. I even brought it into my school. I'm going to school now for the Addictions Community Service course. I brought it into the college because they got plants everywhere. And I got, is it this one? No, this one here. This one's open. They went and come out with little baggies. The girls did and the secretaries did, came out and they wanted some right away. And they took a picture of the back and a picture of the front so they know what it is so they can go and get it. And they were really excited for the Kelptastic. And they loved the name. Thought it was an awesome name. So the Kelptastic, I think, is probably $15 or $16 a package, which is reasonably priced. That's not bad. And it's slow release. So what they do is they go down the ocean. They go down the ocean and they harvest. Looks like pepper almost.
Yeah, it's just dried little.
Yeah.
Plants.
So you can't overdose your plants on this stuff. For one, that's another good thing. It's a slow release, and it's good for the environment. You know, it's organic. There's nothing bad about it. Plus, how they harvest it. So they go in and they harvest it by hand, a little bit at a time, because they don't take the whole plant. They just harvest because it grows back really quick. And then they lay it out and they dry it in the sun, and then boom, here it is. And I was checking it out. They did a really good job on this. I really like it. So this is their newest product, Kelptastic, North Atlantic Kelp Meal. Team B Naturals website is in the description of this video. Go check them out. Get yourself some Kelptastic. Let me know. I'm not going to push it on you, but I will say that I'm going to let you know what I think of it and test it out right away. And from what I'm checking, I went and checked it out. And if you go into their Facebook page or their Instagram page, you'll see what people think about it and how good it is. And anyone else in the chat or that grows plants and used kelp can tell you themselves that kelp is good. I want to smell it. Barely smells like anything. Like you can tell it's from the sea, but it's like a. Hey, want some?
Yeah, it smells like seaweed.
Yeah. But it's not strong at all.
Not at all.
Spaced Ranger Recording Studio, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. How are you doing? We're just getting ready to clue this up here now. We had an awesome little update with Chris is doing amazing. He's got weight gain. He's moving around more. He's got a company started. He's working and doing amazing.
If you call running my own business working, yeah.
Well, you run your own business and working.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris and MJ. No sweat, Mud Swat. MJ's Natural Farm to Recovery. Great job. Thank you so much, Mud Swat. And I want to get more people up here to spread awareness and tell you guys, you know, there's always another way to never give up. They sent Chris home, not very happy feeling, but Chris wasn't taking no for an answer. He was stubborn. And he said that's his advice to anybody out there is to be stubborn. Those doctors say you can't do something, prove them wrong. And that's exactly what Chris did. And the same thing with other people I know that I'm going to be getting up here. And A few people comes in the chat, like Wild Dragon 420 had his neck broken. The guy is still on the go. He's not walking yet, but I believe in my heart and soul, I think he will. Chris is doing an amazing job. And so are all you guys. Don't ever have self-doubt. Don't ever just say, don't give up. Just keep pushing. Keep showing up. There's lots of times I thought I didn't think, but you just keep pushing and you keep pushing, and there you are every day working towards your dreams.
Yeah.
It takes hard work to get there.
Takes time.
You know what I mean?
Lots of time.
And dedication, and you know, you might have a far ways to go, but you're a lot closer today than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you, man. I'm super proud of everybody else, and this is the end of it for us. Appreciate you guys for coming in here tonight. Is there anything else you'd like to say to anybody, or?
If anybody's interested in anything that I've got or the information, just send me a message through my Facebook business page, and I can answer any questions they've got.
And there's a phone number on that business page too. I put the link up in the description of this chat. Chris is holding on to a crystal there. I don't like touching other people's crystals, but if you want to show them what you got there.
Sure, somebody will recognize it.
Selenite.
Selenite.
I got it out by the door. You walk over every time you go out and come in. It's right there. Very big, huge one. I'm gonna go get it and show it to you right now.
Very good purifying crystal.
It also recharges your crystals.
Mm-hmm.
My son had, this was a full ball of the same stuff. Now it's a bit dirty because I have it out by the door and it's under my door, and everyone got to walk over to leave and to come in here. He dropped it and it cracked in half. So I gave half to him and his mom, and I kept the other half here. So I seen it in your hand there. I was like, yeah, I think that's exactly what I think it is. And that's pretty awesome. Crystals are amazing. And that's a good note to end it off. And I also, in my pocket here, I carry a piece of moldavite here. Crystals and energy are very important. Spaced Rangers Recording and Studio knows all about energy. He knows how important it is for us human beings, for our plants. If it wasn't for crystals, we wouldn't have technology. You wouldn't have your computer. You wouldn't have your cell phone. It's crystals running it all. Chris, awesome job. I appreciate you huge for coming in. You're welcome here anytime. Until next time, guys, big shout out again to Team B Naturals, everybody in the chat, Mud Swat, Platypussy, Spaced Rangers Recording. You guys are all awesome. Vermonster grows. We had Mass Hole Grower up in here. We had Miss Peaches 79 up in here. And I'm sure we've had lots more popping in. Yeti Mountain Trading Wood. Much love and respect, guys. Get your numbers in. This video will be uploading in the next 15-20 minutes. So get your numbers in. Share the video out. Let your friends know so they can get in on the giveaway. We'll see you next time.